Okay, this is the stuff from Brady Cook that I'm seeing, and I feel like he has separated himself in a big way from the competition. This is an example of a leverage play. He Some of it doesn't look impressive on the broadcast, but he anticipates and he reads leverage really, really well for his situation as a UDFA, as a afterthought, pretty much. It's the improvement he's made from OTAs until now is mind-boggling. Let's play it through and then we'll dissect it quickly. Well, I shouldn't say quickly. You all know the drill. But tight end shifts from a 3-by-1 type into more balanced, and there is a strike to Skinner. I believe that's Skinner. 1st and 10 situation. Strike to Skinner. Good spot. Allows him to fall down. Keeps him safe. There's one thing. Okay, from the start, what does Cook see? Giants, first of all, 1, 2, 3 on their left. Most likely strong left. Could be strong right, depending on how they play it, but most likely strong left. Anyway, the shift turns it into strong right, definitely declaring to the right side, no question about it. Defenders don't react. Cook knows its zone. It's as plain as day. Corner, boundary corner on the tight end side. And what are the Giants in? Base here? Oh, yeah, it's 12 personnel. So Giants are in base, 4-3. 2 high safeties. That's a key. Corner is a little off. It looks like zone all the way. What is it? Cover 2? Is it quarters? 2 read? That's the thing Cook's going to have to figure out here on the fly, post-snap. Okay? Giants, a little... I'm not going to say overloaded, but a little off balance with that 1 tech as opposed to a 2-eye. 3, we'll see from the other angle, but 3 right here. Not wide whatsoever. Preseason situation doesn't make much of a difference, especially compared to regular season, but Jets are trailing. Maybe it's a pass-happy situation, wants to get Cook some experience, some play time, so Giants too high doesn't surprise you. Let's play it. Giants bump down, more conventional, and instead of an under, they bump down to an over at the last moment. An under would have been, if they're strong right, Giants, from a Giants perspective, declaring strong right, if you're 3 tech on the weak side, 1 tech on the strong side, it's an under, bump to over, probably planned it all the way. They're just practicing on not bumping down until the last moment. It hurts the get off for the 3 tech. Max protect, Stone Smart stays in. Beck is kind of baiting here. He'll run across. Play action, same thing with Edwards. He'll carry out the play action. He probably goes flat, but we'll see. Yep, Beck underneath, shallow. Edwards flat. Now, the concept for the wideouts, it's tremendous, and it's pretty damn perfect against a 2. Pokey, going to be clearing it out. More of a deep corner. Skinner, watch the stem by Skinner. Stems it inside, follows Pokey, and this is going to be a more shallow corner. Okay? Now the key. Post-snap. Giants are going to be in some form of 2. 2 deep half. Corner, hard. How hard, though? Is he really hard? Is he flat? Is he soft? Still a chance they could still be in a cover 6 or started in a cover 6 because it was more of a 3-by-1 if you're counting the tight ends in line. But doubtful at this point. Linebacker depth is pretty damn good here. So are we talking Tampa? Maybe. Okay, there goes Pokey. There goes Skinner following the leader, stemming it to the inside. Exactly what you want to see. Cook, eyes right up. His primary read's going to be here, one of these two guys. There's no other way, no other place. That's his read, unless it's a designed quick game in the passing game with the either Beck or Edwards. I almost said Trenton Cannon. Throwback for you Jets fans, Edwards. So eyes are going to be here. First thing you notice as the QB, my goodness, my guy, weapon side, play side safety, you are in Staten Island here. This is a lot of room. Corner, you already know it's zone pre-snap. That was obvious. Corner, a little soft. He's not getting a lot of depth in a hurry, though. Eyes on the quarterback. Now, at this point, Cook, plant, he fires right now. Now, look at this. Here's what I'm talking about with leverage and anticipation. The skinnier, deeper corner to Pokey. For Skinner, it's flatter. You know, it's kind of a flood concept basically here with if you're counting Edwards and the flat underneath. But if you're a machine, if you're talking about computer, if you're talking about a guy who's rigid as a quarterback and doesn't see the field and doesn't see leverage and doesn't see anticipation, he might eliminate this option to Skinner because this corner has eyes and he's gaining depth and he's underneath this. So a lot of quarterbacks, especially young quarterbacks, UDFAs will not throw this ball because if you're leading him right into the underneath cloud, the underneath soft flat. That's the key here, the nuance. But Cook, confident, timing, lets go of it, and instead of leading him into the underneath, right here, or instead of leading him into a hospital situation with the safety who's surely going to be coming up with a full steam ahead, guess what he does? He says, Skinner, I know you're a solid, good route runner as a youngster, and Skinner did impress me in this game, route running wise. Just wherewithal, awareness. I'm going to make you stop. Stop your progress and hit you on the back side. And that is leverage. That's quarterbacking at this level. Okay, Skinner gets his head around. Ball is delivered. Great timing. He's not even out of his break right now. Okay? Backside, forces Skinner to stop and fall to the ground. Folks, that's it. That's what I'm talking about with Cook. Is he perfect? Do you want him on the field instantly? No. But there's something here that you don't want to lose. That's the thing. And you know, there are a number of examples from the Green Bay game and the Giants game where this is the stuff that's got to get Engstrand and some of the offensive coaches excited. So, backside, back shoulder. That's perfect. Confident, steps into it. There were also situations where the pressure was bearing down on him in this game. We'll get to it, and it'll be a part of the bigger film stuff that I put out on JetX, but he didn't flinch. He took that big shot against Arian Smith, or against the Giants when he shot Arian Smith down the left sideline on the 9. That's what you're watching right here. This is tremendous stuff from a young quarterback. So let's see if he can keep it going and if he can do it against Philly. Okay, more Brady Cook leverage and accuracy play call-outs. But first, this is 3rd and 1. There's going to be 2 plays, 2 rushing plays, which is going to set up the play that we're going to talk about mainly. So let's mix a little OC play calling into the mix here, which should give folks an idea of what OCs are looking for. And this one's as basic as it gets. 3rd and 1 here. Got to have the first down. Exchange with the running back. Giants immediately pinch it in, squeeze it in. Let's see what happens. Looks like duo off the bat from this DB. This DB's perspective. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. If it is duo, Let's watch the right side with Kuntz. This edge player, and this is what Engstrand's watching, so keep an eye on this real quick. This edge player has no problem crashing. And most likely, if he's crashing hard here, you're going to have an exchange with the linebacker in scrape duty for the edge. Now, if it is duo, I mean, Kuntz should have no problem to just wash him down the line because Edwards would be reading. He started here, bounced here, reading place side linebacker right here. And his job is pretty much one-on-one. So, it depends on who the OC is, how they teach it. But duo, the tight ends, you can wash down if they're squeezing, if they're crashing hard. Regardless, I'm getting off track here. Let's not do that. The concept, the rush concept doesn't matter. What Engstrand sees is that D-end crash really hard. That's what he sees. And Edwards has the only place he can go is where he went. You see the two double teams. Left tackle does his job, out, and then they get the first down. Okay, cool. First down. Now it's 1st and 10, and Engstrand is in the back of his mind saying, hey, Giants edge player on the strong side. He's that little free. Okay, split zone. Ooh, nice little hole. Split zone, we're going to see Kuntz. Flash, sift, whatever you want to call it, many names come across. And then the zone principles on the inside. Let's watch the edge. See what he does. Giants are coming with a run blitz because you have a guy off the interesting first down call, let's be honest. Nearly a zero tech here. Nose guard, nose tackle, old school. Big hole in the B gap, weak side B gap, and then two edges. So interesting in a lot of ways on first down. And the Jets take advantage of it. So the edge, pretty much a normal edge responsibility. And Carter, is that Carter Warren? I think so. Does a good job. Outward. Good one cut by Tufele. And here we go. Now, opportunity time. And this is the play with Brady Cook. 2nd and 4. All right, motion, check. Brady Cook to the helmet. Look back, communicating to the running back just in case he didn't hear him. Got to communicate. They're doing so. Okay. 2nd and 4. A place you don't want to be if you're a defense. What do the Giants do? Single high. Off with the line with the corners looking shell 3, middle closed. 3-4 base. Against classic 21 personnel for the Jets. Fullback, tight end, 2 receivers. Let's play it through. Well, running back gets you going, moving one way. Ooh, play action, off the edge. Nice throw on the crosser. Now, looks routine, looks nice. And it's not a mind-blowing play, no question about it. But, again, for an undrafted free agent, where he places it, the accuracy, and on the run, I think he threw off his right foot here, which is not the norm. If you're going to take a layup on the right side as playing basketball, playing hoops, you're jumping off that left foot. Same principles sort of go into playing quarterback, throwing a ball. But here we go. Play action. Sell it. Let's watch the mic here. So actually, no, that would be the will because it's weak side. Sell it. He's in a bad spot. All right. Now, why was the edge important previously? Because this naked boot, is all dependent on sucking this edge down. That's what this is. That's the most basic tenet of offensive play calling, especially in this scheme. I mean, yes, the Jets are going to run a lot of different things. Every NFL offense does. But the nuts and bolts of the offense is wide zone, and get the mobile quarterback on the edge. Whether it's Fields, Tyrod, Cook, Adrian Martinez, they all could do it. That's the fundamental tenet, purpose, vision of the scheme. Period. You're not going to do it with Pittsburgh, Aaron Rodgers. Mahomes, sure, you're going to boot him out sometimes, but that's not the nuts and bolts. There's a lot of offenses where that's not the main attraction. That is this for the Jets. All right? So play action, it's a bit of a stretch to call it a play action stretch, but mid to outside zone, fine. They sell it well enough. It's not the best sell job, let's be honest. And what are the routes? As basic as it gets in terms of a boot. Shallow with the tight end, little deeper on the in with Skinner, who he completes it to. Play action coming this way, and I don't know if who's this receiver, Pokey Wilson, if he goes comeback or post or vertical, we'll see. Play action, Giants are in terrible spot, and the man who's really responsible here is the Mike Sam down. Mike here just gets snuffed in, and he's in trouble. I mean, he just didn't read it at all. To be this deep when routes are flying past you, that's a no-no. But regardless, Cook gets out on the edge. Edge doesn't do his job for the Giants, the weak side edge. And at this point, if you're a young quarterback, again, leverage. Yes, Skinner's running wide open underneath the clear by Pokey, but you're going to have cover guys climbing. And if Cook tries to fit it in over here with the natural lead, it's going to be trouble. So what does he do? On the run, at this point, he puts it on the back shoulder. He doesn't lead him. He makes Skinner slow down. Let's watch it in real time. Busting it, has to slow down to catch it. It's such a subtle thing, but it's an understanding of this guy gets it in terms of where he's trying to place the ball and what he's reading coverage-wise. Okay, so end zone view. Let's watch the edge here, the weak side edge. And this is why you call it. I mean, again, it's preseason, so it's vanilla. It's not going to be crazy stuff, but this is just one of many elementary examples of what OCs are seeing up top and what coaches are seeing up top. Get the motion, get them going more, boom, toast. Edge is toast, and at this point, Brady Cook probably reading one up here to, I keep wanting to call him Mookie, but 1986 was a long time ago. Pokey, who's at Stone Smart on the shallow, and then backside, this is probably his third read. And hits it on the back shoulder. So not leading him into the climbing coverage, just an excellent job. Excellent job. It's subtle. You could miss this very easily in the broadcast, but this is the stuff, I'm telling you, this is the stuff that makes you intrigued about this UDFA kid, Brady Cook. 2nd and 7. Here is an example of a secondary read, going through your progressions, understanding what you're looking at in terms of the defense and the defensive coverage. 2nd and 7, play it through. Cook, quick, primary, secondary, Pritchett. Okay, give me 6 yards, get close to a first. Pretty good job. Again, not highlight worthy at all. That's fine. UDFA, do your job, work within the scheme. Let's see what the Giants are in defensively. Conservative. They were in a lot of too high in this game, which is interesting. So if you're the quarterback here, you see how off they all are. And look at the linebackers. Again, running their knee or nose tackle look, one tech on the weak side. So over, up front, nothing pass rush centric. If it's pass rush, I mean, I shouldn't say that. It can be pass rush centric, but it's at least maintaining somewhat of an integrity in terms of rush lanes. You know, they're not being completely disrespectful with both extremely wide 9 and the D tackles in, 4-eye, both of them, for example. Mugging A-gap with the linebacker. But Cook looking off across the board. What do we got in terms of the concepts? Skinner, the number 2, nice little snag from the slot. Outside is vertical. Look at the bottom. Beck is going wheel. And what is Pokey doing? Inside stem, out. So let's draw it up real quick. What did the running back? Running back does release. And he's just hooking up. So something like this. Vertical. I don't know what he does. He might do something else. Skinner, little hesitation into like a slot snag type route. Pokey, moving outward. And then Beck, wheeling it up. And then running back, I think it's Edwards, just hooking it up sort of in the flat as an outlet. So Cook, his first read is going to be over here. And based on the coverage, that's fine. Tight split here. So if you're working, if your first read is Pokey, something's really going to have to happen to 30. He's going to really have to play it hard or really drop off or really get wide for that to work. And you're going to have to hit him right at the top of the route quickly. Because he's going to be working right into that cloud flat. And it looks like, it looks like they're Tampa. So it's really soft too because the mic is working backwards right away and the safeties are widening. So right here, Cook, I would assume Pokey's his 1, Beck is his 2, and he makes the right decision by not going there. Technically he could make that decision to throw to Pokey in a safe spot, or he can't go to Beck. Beck is wheeling it up, even though Beck, his eyes aren't on him either. So this is, again, this is going to bore a lot of people, but this is the process. This corner has eyes on Cook. He has eyes on him. And Cook knows it's zone. Cook, if he feels like a hero, he could try to sneak it into Pokey somehow. But it doesn't make sense because he's working outward right into that flat. Now, if he keeps eyes on Pokey and Beck could slip through in the wheel, there might be something there. Because this safety isn't wide enough for my liking. If you're in Tampa, your first read is going to be the slot, the number 2. It's not the slot, but the number 2. And he's inside of him, even. So if I'm Cook, I'm thinking about that wheel if my protection holds up. But 2nd and 7, stay on track, keep it manageable, and that's exactly what he does here. Cook, first read, doesn't have anything. That's a hospital ball waiting to happen with the cloud corner. Comes back to the second read, and in stride, without missing a beat, no hesitation. Very important, on time. Playing on time, on time, on time. And this concept, 3-step quick concept, not designed to one guy like a receiver screen or whatever. He's playing on time. That's what's critical in Engstrand's offense. Play on time. It mitigates so much in terms of accuracy and so much in terms of the thinking with the quarterbacks. This is not, I hate to say this, but this is not a full field progressive quarterback ask with this scheme. There's a lot of half field. There's a lot of, let's just leave it at that without going into more detail. Play on time. That's the number one thing. And right there, primary, nope. Just, he doesn't miss a beat. He doesn't hesitate. That's what you love. You love to see it. Not highlight worthy. Most Jets fans aren't going to give a crap about this breakdown, but I don't care. This is the stuff that they're watching. And the Giants, 8th team is in here, so it's not that difficult. Brady Cook against Philly, that's going to be, he's going to, depending on that performance, is what's going to happen with him this year. And maybe his NFL career, how it starts. So it's a big game for him. Good job here, going to the secondary, setting up a 3rd and short. Here's another on-time play. Same drive, that touchdown drive. Let's roll it through. 3-by-1. Speed out. He's on time, but he's a little late. He wants to be quicker with that. Hit it more in stride. Hit it more at the top of the route. Not perfect. Jets, what are we working with here? Giants in a 3-shell red zone. So, you know, as a quarterback, you got to understand in the red zone here, tight splits for the Jets. And I think this is Pokey who gets it. Just a speed out dash. We got the Kuntz motion. Sort of I always push motion more for running backs, but I'll call it for tight end here. Push it to the outside, make it a bunch. A wider bunch situation, 3-by-1. So if you're the Giants, you're going to go cover 6. It's tough to do from a single high. Sorry, my brain is automatically going to defense. I shouldn't do that. Stick with offense, stick with quarterback. Let's do it. But what coverage are they in? In red zone, got to be a man or a match of some sort. And yeah, it's basically cover 1 with a 4-man rush. Because the reaction of the backer to get out to Kuntz at the bottom there, and they're playing man-match rules. This is one-on-one pretty much everywhere. This corner has to treat it as a Meg situation nearly, especially with the running back not on his side. And Cook just has to be on time. That extra hop right there, I think, cost him because his release isn't quick enough. Now, I take a little bit of it back. I think he released it on time. He just didn't lead him enough. It's either that or he intentionally kept him in bounds to give him a chance to beat the defender one-on-one. And if he did that, we're talking next level stuff right there. And there's just no way I'm going to say that. But those are the options. And Pokey, he has to decide here, inside or outside. Inside or outside. He turns outside and it's the wrong decision. If he goes inside, going to be much tougher for him, but it's going to be tougher for the cornerback as well. Solid job, but it's another example of playing on time. Not A grade from the quarterback, but definitely passable. It's just another example of what is most important for these quarterbacks in Engstrand's system, and playing on time is that. Great situation to be in here, 2nd and 5 for the offense. Great situation for the offense, Engstrand. Bad situation for the quarterback, yet he pulls it off and he hangs tough. Play it through. This is what you love to see. The snap isn't great. He knows the pressure's coming, and a boom right into that rib cage. Still gives Arian Smith a shot, one-on-one, underneath a bit, and that's fine. If you're one-on-one and there's nothing over the top, you could throw it intentionally underneath and lagging. That's fine. That'll give you a DPI. That'll give you a lot of good stuff. Arian Smith, he's impressed me. I think his route running could be really, really dangerous if the coaches get him to slow down a bit in certain situations where he has to set up defenders. This off the jump, the 9 route, doesn't need to slow down. We went on to go fast. But you'd like to see him play through contact here. Is it DPI? Yes. Would you like Brady Cook to lay it out in front so he runs under it at this point with separation? Sure. But to ask any quarterback to do so, when you're getting crushed off the edge like that, it's a tough ask. Now, Mahomes will get it done. Rodgers in his prime will get it done. No question. But it's still a positive for him to give him a chance, get it up there, and hang in the pocket and stand tall in the pocket when you know you're going to get hit. Big, big deal. Pre-snap, 2nd and 5 again. Good situation. 2-by-2 for the Jets with an off tight end. Giants start too high, so they're trying to give the impression that they're in coverage. Press. Looks like 2-man all the way. Could be a hard 2. Could be any form of 2. 4 up front. 3 second level with the slot nickel. And this guy coming. He doesn't give any indication. Pre-snap, at least, from this point forward. We don't have the footage from before. Who else comes? Is it 6 altogether? Yeah, 6 altogether. So we got the 4 up front, the Will, that backer, and the nickel. That's who's coming 6, and it's pretty much man. It's a 1 blitz. Man everywhere with this guy single high. That's what we're dealing with. You'd like to see if you could get Pritchett one-on-one here against the safety, because, asking a safety to cover elusive guy like Pritchett is one thing. Asking him to do so 10 yards, 12 yards off the line is extremely difficult. So let's see what happens if he creates space or gets open. Off the jump, there we go, protection. Slides right, has to. At least somewhat. And I don't know why Max Mitchell lets the edge go. They were covered. We were good. I get it. He had the numbers, the protection pre-snap. 65 is at Newman. I don't know. Is going to take the linebacker, and Mitchell would take the edge in theory. But because the Giants started so far off, it kind of messes things up a little, and they're playing it by ear. Jets not max protect at all. The running back stays in. Keeney looks at the middle. I don't know. He should stay edge here. Keeney should stay edge, and Kuntz or whoever the tight end is chips and releases. And where does he go? Flat? No, he goes shallow. Kuntz is shallow. Pritchett dig. Brandon Smith at the bottom, vertical. Arian Smith vertical. So you got a lot to play with here. Chip, shallow, Pritchett, in, Arian outside release vertical, B. Smith outside release vertical. 4-man route against what looks like 2-man turns into a 1 blitz. And, hey, throwing it up, 1-on-1, never a bad deal in the NFL. For young quarterbacks, they're going to see 2 deep here, and they're going to give up. They're going to think middle open. Turns out to not be middle open. It turns out to be middle closed because of the blitz and turning into cover 1 with pressure. So the fact that Brady Cook sees that, diagnoses it, and throws it up to Arian Smith in real time while taking the pop, I'll take it. All right. At this point, he sees it. He knows what's coming. Could he lay it out to Kuntz on the shallow? Sure. But, hey, I will never begrudge him for going Arian Smith, step for step, getting it out to this guy, one-on-one coverage. That's the NFL. That's what you want to see from a young quarterback. Single high safety's never ranging over. Never. Never, ever. Plus, he doesn't really get depth, but he's never getting over. Middle closed, take that shot, take the hit, and off you go. Boom. Second play for Cook. First throw of the game, and he takes a major hit. Snap's not great. Boom. Take that hit, keep going, and then continue on. Towards the end of the game, about 5 minutes left, 2nd and 10 here. Incomplete pass, but let's run it through, talk about it. Love this formation. The trips, 3x1 open, stack. Love it. Just love this formation. There goes Corley in motion, returns into the stack. Blitz, Giants are bringing pressure, and there's a drop by Pokey. Giants are bringing pressure with 5 minutes left in a blowout preseason game. Gotta love it. But it goes to the point that Cook handles the pressure well. What do we got defensively? 2nd and 10, know the situation. Giants have a huge lead in a regular game. They're not doing this. They're not. I mean, you could, but you're not going to do this often. Let me put it that way. And that in this type of situation, play so risky, press on the outside, single high. It's not going to be the norm when you're up this big late in the game. So that's what Cook sees pre-snap. Blitz, linebacker. I mean, it looks like it's definitely a pressure, but based on these 2 backers both going, if it's a green dog and one of them has running back responsibility and he goes and he triggers because the running back's blocking, that's one thing. Both of them are on their toes. So it's definitely a pressure. And again, it's just cover 1. It's a cover 1 pressure. You got your deep high safety, cover 1 press, and then man everywhere else. This guy's press, so they're working on levels, press, and if you're Cook, you're going to look deep. You're going to look for a shot here. The Giants are daring you to do that. 6 coming. Who is this over here? I don't know whoever that is wins inside. Decent job. Pressure. Be cool. Be cool. Be cool. And at this point, yeah, Engstrand's giving him a high-low, but Corley and this route, I don't understand why they're so close. It's not that it's completely foreign, that concept working in tandem. I don't know. I'm suspicious in terms of if they ran it properly. And if you look at it, when Cook sees the pressure, back foot on time, he has to get rid of it now. He feels the walls closing in. And when you're looking at the coverage, where do you go? Where do you go, folks? A young quarterback. Jets fans understand, Zach Wilson. Very shy to pull the trigger. Took sacks. Held onto the ball. He was afraid to make a mistake. And this is a spot where each guy is blanketed. And he's blanketed because the pressure gets to the quarterback and he has to get rid of it quickly, in which the quarterback's just going to take the sack. He's going to choke on it and take a sack. Cook doesn't. On time, and he anticipates and leads, even though this coverage is nice. It's solid. It would shy a lot of quarterbacks away from making this throw. He understands the leverage and puts it in the perfect spot for him to make the catch, and he just doesn't make the catch. And even if he gets tackled here, he sets up 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, whatever. So, man, it's not going to show up on SportsCenter, but this is what you want to see. It's what you want to see. 4-man up front. Okay, they're coming on time. Covered. He's covered. He's covered, but it's a perfect ball. It's a perfect ball. He's just got to catch it. And when I say he's covered, he's not covered perfectly, but you get the idea. His hand is on the hip. He's tracking him. He's right there. So another example of anticipation and leverage in which the young UDFA, who no one is expecting anything from, showing some stuff that is making the Jets think they could work with this for sure. This one's about a young quarterback having a certain comfort level in the pocket and having trust. Let's run it through. It is 1st and 10. Jets, 12 personnel, Beck motions. So, it's not technically 3-by-1 because you're working with tight ends, but if I'm DC, that's what I would call it. I'd call it a 3-by-1. You got 1, 2, 3, 1 in line. I count tight ends, basically. Watch this corner up top. Watch this corner. This might be automatic, thanks to the motion. Once that motion happens, he is coming on the blitz. So it's a 5-man pressure. Let's play it through. See what happens. 5-man pressure. Cook. Comfortable. Not jittery. Plays on time. Plant and fire. And anticipate and know where to throw it in space. So what's Cook looking at pre-snap? Too high. Again, you're going to think middle open. Based on the too high. You're a little staggered with the boundary corners, though. You're playing off here. And you have a linebacker in space joining the corner against two receivers, So you know it's zone right off the bat. Corner on the tight end side. Zone all the way. And as I said, he comes on the blitz. And I think, let's look at the Giants' coverage. Okay. It's probably, if you're a quarterback, you could think about it in terms of cover 6. Not exactly, but this safety playing deep half. This safety quarter on the weapon side. And then this corner quarter on the weapon side. You could think about it that way. It's not truly that, but in essence, that's the way it rolls. Now, if you're reading the weapon side, if you're Cook here, this linebacker is the key. Where does he go? Where does he occupy? Where does he immediately go to the weapon side? Does he get wide enough instantly? Go back to the snap. Let's see his first move. He opens. He's going back as if it's Tampa. I mean, could it be? No, there's just no freaking way based on the corner near us. But Cat off the top, corner blitz. Linebacker opens up. He doesn't get wide enough. And let's see the routes. They're exchanging. And Cook, back foot. Look at where Pokey is right now. Not even out of his break. And Cook finds the space right here. And delivers it confidently. And look at the traffic up top. There was a point in time here on the drop back. Okay, offensive line. Slide left. Not really slide. It's just based on the Giants look. Stand up. And with that Cat off the top, it's him versus the running back one-on-one. And the quarterback, it's not truly his blind side, but based on his primary being to the left, he can't see it. He just has to trust. He just has to trust that his running back will get his back. Don't move. Stay on your spot. Your pocket is still clean. And deliver it. And that's what he does. And, I'll take that. I'll take that from an undrafted kid any day. So this one is to show just his comfort and poise and feel when pressure's coming at him, which has been a positive so far. There he goes. Feel it, trust it, deliver it on time, which is, again, always the top key. All right, the touchdown. Let's roll it through. Obviously, we're looking in a near goal line situation, 12 personnel with the two tights up top, running back on the strong side, and then twins, your classic splits. Pressure, obviously, in this situation, no matter what. Delivers it out wide, and an unbelievable superhuman catch by Skinner, which is getting cut off the screen. Sorry, folks. But for this purpose, it's about the quarterback. And I think, he's on time well enough. It's a little late, I think, because of the snap. Is the accuracy dead perfect? No. Could have been made a little bit easier. But when Pokey and Skinner, let's watch their routes here. When they exchange, it's just a red zone fade corner and slant combo. It's, been done to death a million times. And the Giants, these two defenders, if they're in goal line rules, truly, they're going to switch. I don't think they do here. And in certain situations, if it's not stack or bunch and the splits are wide enough, they won't switch. Just make sure you're communicating high-low. Make sure you each know who is under, who's over. That's the key. That's the key when communicating here defensively. But if you're Cook here looking at the defense, it's the big boys. It's the goal line. It's stop the rush at every turn. And we'll see from the other angle what the look is. But the snap, this is the key. Bad snap. Not a great snap. And we've seen it. Jets fans have seen it a million times. Snaps ruining plays. It ruins timing. It ruins a lot. But Brady Cook, the youngster, doesn't let it ruin him. He gets it, grabs it, still 2 hops, plant, and at this point he can't see the backside. He doesn't know what's coming at him. Beck sort of whiffs. Let's go back it up for Beck. Yeah, Beck sort of whiffs. Is he going out? No, he's protecting the whole time. So you'd like to see more there, but it doesn't ruin the play, and it's far enough away. O-line firing off, trying to sell run just a bit. Could it have been an RPO? I don't think so. It's possible based on the snap, but I don't think so, based on the way Edwards looks to block right away. Skinner is on top. Pokey is under. Could he have hit the slant? Maybe, but we don't know the lane. We don't know the pass lanes here. It's pretty congested. So opting for his number one first read on the corner is appropriate, and it's the right thing to do. And by the time he gets rid of it, it's on time enough, for sure. Again, pokey underneath, it was possible, but it was congested. So, great drive by Cook. Great job all the way around. There's a snap. It's not good. O-line fires off to try to sell run just a bit. They're all moving left. And you'll take it. You'll take it every time from a kid who was a mere afterthought at OTAs. When I saw him at OTAs, here's the catch. We'll get it on this angle. What a catch by Skinner. The more I watch Skinner, the more I see positives in his route running, the smarts between the ears. And while I still think he's not going to make the final 53, he is making it awfully tough. Pritchett, I'd put 1. I can't lose Pritchett. He has NFL explosiveness. Brandon Smith, I still have 2, but Skinner is very close. He's 2B. Skinner and Brandon Smith are battling it out in my mind. But good execution on a great drive. And kudos to Brady Cook. You are making life difficult for the Jets. I'd say the leader in the clubhouse is still the Jets just keep 2 quarterbacks, and Brady Cook is practice squad bound. But if he blows up against Philly, he's going to put the NFL on notice. And I don't know if the Jets will be able to sneak him there. That's if he blows up. If he doesn't blow up, they shouldn't have an issue. And listen, I'm not saying Brady Cook should start or play. He is nowhere near ready or close. But from mere afterthought at OTAs, thinking, this guy just doesn't belong, he shouldn't be here, to seeing the improvement within the scheme and grasping what Engstrand and this offense wants out of him, and in his placement and his leverage and his anticipation and accuracy, there's something there. There's something there that he went from afterthought to, I could work with this. I could absolutely work with this, and I don't want to lose the chance to work with this. That's been his progression this summer. And we'll see if it's good enough. That Philly game, Friday night, it's going to be a big one for him in his career.